Okay. Okay. Week three Hakana for Yomim Noraim. Bez Hashem. I'm sorry, but not sorry that I abandoned you last week because you were zeicha to Brazil. So that's I probably would have done a lechachila if I thought I was able to. But Baruch Hashem, I'm feeling a little bit better now, and hopefully, share a couple of words in honor of the upcoming Yomim Tovim. When we spoke 2 weeks ago, we mentioned that the month of Av is Rosh Tevos Elul Ba, which already was scary, but it's even more scary because Parshas Re'eh is always Shabbos V'Orach Elul. So they talk about in the yeshivas, people start to tremble. So it's been made clear that none of us are on the Madrega, even the greatest tzaddikim and goinim of our generation, don't start trembling yet. But at the same time, we have to try to be mindful a bit of the upcoming Yom Noraim, which is why this, like I said last time, is so beautiful. And especially this year, it's a little bit harder because it's like only August 8th. That's Rosh Chodesh Elul. It's just very hard to digest that by the time we think summer is over, you have about 1 week until Rosh Hashanah. So to just have some ideas percolating in your head and ideas to think about and chew on, to, so to speak, be able to rapidly get yourself in the mindset of Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, I think that's why this really is a beautiful thing. So an idea that comes to mind for me, if this is always going to be Shabbos and V'Orach Elul, there has to be ideas that are packed into this parsha that are ideas of tshuva, ideas of Avodas Hashem, ideas that kind of get us in the right mindset. And usually what comes to mind when it comes to this parsha is a beautiful insight of the Vilna Gaon. The Vilna Gaon is analyzing really in tremendous amount of detail the very first pasuk in the sixth parsha, Re'eh Anochi Nosin Lifnechem Hayom Bracha Kala. See, I placed before you today Bracha Kala, and he asks 5 questions on the opening pasuk. 5 questions that I would have glazed over completely, but obviously with the precision of the Vilna Gaon, he's able to kind of hone in on all of these and pull out very appropriate questions and meaningful questions. Question number 1 he asks, if you notice, it switches from the singular to the plural. Re'eh is singular, Lifnechem is plural. Why does it switch from Re'eh to Lifnechem? See, you individual. In English, it doesn't really work because you could be individual and plural, but see individual, what I placed in front of all of you, it should either be singular, singular, or plural, plural, and that's question number 1. Question number 2 that he asks is Re'eh Anochi. Why does the pasuk emphasize the Anochi in this pasuk? It could just say, see, I placed before you, or see, it's been placed in front of you. What is I have placed in front of you? What is the I that is being mentioned over here? The next question I'm going to ask is this: is Re'eh Anochi Noisein? Noisein, it's Nasa. I already gave you the Torah. This is already after Mountain Torah. The paths have been placed. The world has already been created. What is the Noisein that's being mentioned in this pasuk? It should be Nasan. I have placed, not that it was Noisein. That's the question number 3 that he asked. Re'eh Anochi Noisein Lifnechem Hayom. What is the word Lifnechem? I don't just put it in front of you. I give it to you. You have these opportunities. I give it to you. What is this Lifnechem idea that we're mentioning in this pasuk? And the final question he asked, what is the idea of Hayom? The emphasis on the word Hayom doesn't seem to make any sense. Those are the 5 questions of Vilna Gaon. Like I said before, very often we read Pesukim, we're like, yeah, that's just the way the pasuk talks. When you think about it, these are all valid questions, and obviously, Baruch Hu writes every single letter, every single nakuda of the Torah with a message behind it. What is the message behind these 5 points? One of them is a shift from the singular to the plural of Re'eh to Lifnechem. The second one is why is it Lifnechem and not Lachem? The other one is why is it Noisein and not Nasati? And then the other question is why do we have Hayom? What's going on in this pasuk? So it says the Vilna Gaon, this pasuk is addressing the Yetzer Hara. The Yetzer Hara obviously is our enemy. He's really not our enemy. He really is our personal trainer. That's how I like to describe him, because he wants us to win. A personal trainer's job is just to push you as hard as he possibly can, but for you to succeed. And maybe break you down a few times, but the breaking down is to have you overcome him afterwards. Ultimately, Yetzer Hara is a malach from Hashem who wants us to ultimately succeed, but his job is to push us and try to take us down to the best of his ability. That's the Yetzer Hara's job. So he comes with every claim in the book. The Yetzer Hara is smarter than us. The Yetzer Hara is more attuned than us. Or Putner, it's well known that he was once sitting in the Slobodka yeshiva alone without a chavrusa, and the Alto Slobodka said to him, "Where's your chavrusa?" He says, "What do you mean? He's sitting right across the table from me." The Alter said, "I don't see anyone." He says, "Yeah, I'm running with the Yetzer Hara. He's smarter than I am, and he's always on time." That was the answer that he gave. Smarter than I am, and he's always on time. So again, obviously, your Putner could say that we can, but the Yetzer Hara has his tactics, and he'll always try to find a way to give an excuse for us not doing tshuva, not coming closer to Kadosh Baruch Hu. So this pasuk and these 5 questions are actually addressing 5 of the claims of the Yetzer Hara. Claim number 1 that one might be able to say is that, I just, it's too late for me to do tshuva. It's too late. It's one thing. I'm young. I'm in yeshiva. I'm fresh. But where I'm at life, the stage I'm in life, I already have my wife, I have my kids, I already have my family, and it's really just too late for me able to do that. To which the pasuk is back to that. This is not something that was given over in the past. This is something that's given in the present tense. This path is available to everybody right now. This is not something that's a past tense thing. You can never say, I had my opportunity to do tshuva. Every single person until their dying day has the opportunity to do tshuva. No one could claim this is something that happened in the past. Claim number 2 is, okay, fine, you're right. But that's for an average person that doesn't have as much baggage as I have, that doesn't have as many averas, so to speak, that I've done. That person can do tshuva no matter what stage he's at in life. A good guy just wants to kind of up his game. But someone who has all this baggage, that's for sure no way you're able to do that. To which the pasuk says back to that, Hayyim. Just like there's such a thing as a brand new day, so to speak, a clean slate and a fresh start. Hashem says there's nobody in the world that has too much baggage that can't do tshuva. Menashe, the most evil king in all of world history, did tshuva. If he could do tshuva, we can all do tshuva. There's no such thing as too much baggage, and we can all turn it around. And if anything, if the tshuva me'ava, not only did you turn it around successfully, but on top of that, you turn around the mitzvahs. So you become from what seems to have been the lowest to the gadol hador, the greatest tzaddik of the generation. One of the next claims that the Yetzer Hara might try to say to you is that, okay, but you're the only guy that's doing it. It's, you're the only guy that seems to be getting all serious and getting into this tshuva process and getting all from, and get with the times. If everyone's doing it, you do it. If no one else is doing it, then it's really not for you to be able to do. And says the Vilna Gaon, that's why it shifts from the singular to the plural. The path is put in front of everybody, but every individual has to say, I want to do the right thing. I want to follow through and do the Ratzon Hashem, and I can't make an excuse, but he's not doing it, and therefore I'm not going to do it also. The mashal that I always give for this, which some people like it, some people don't, but I personally think it speaks to me, is that when I was in yeshiva in Baltimore, my roommate got married in Memphis, Tennessee. It was actually that my friend's ufruf in Memphis was Shabbos Sheva Brachas for Yoni Saverstein. That Shabbos is actually funny. Back-to-back weddings in Memphis. This is a very rare occurrence. They're going crazy. 2 weddings in a row in Memphis, Tennessee. But on the way there, I was sitting on the airplane, and I had a window seat, and I was looking out the window, and there was a piece of the wing missing. So this is pre 9/11 even. He got married before me. I got married a month before 9/11. But I'm like, they couldn't have missed this. They obviously do their different checks on the airplane, but I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to tell the stewardess that, by the way, just in case, you missed this, there's a piece of, there's a clear chunk of wing that should be wing there. It wasn't there. So I call her and I apologize. I'm sure you know this, but just in case you didn't see it, there's a piece of the wing missing. And she says, don't worry, it's missing on the other wing too. That's exactly what happened. To which I said to her, that's not what I want to hear. I want you to say it's okay. Don't worry about it. This is not a problem. So I use that for this muscle as well, in terms of if someone is doing something and they could say what I'm doing is okay, that's good. But to say the other guy's doing it too, that's not going to be an excuse. You have to be able to, so to speak, justify your own actions and do the right thing no matter what everyone else is doing around you. And so too in life, obviously we try to put ourselves around good people. Even in a gerus, they don't do a gerus unless the person moving into a Jewish community, because it cannot be assumed that someone could really steig and really grow and develop as a Jewish family. But ultimately, there are going to be many times in life, whether it's chevra, whether it's community, whether it's within your own family, there's going to be challenges that not everyone's doing the right thing. It's up to you to, so to speak, do the right thing. Yes, it's put in front of everybody, but as an individual, you have to do the right thing. So what do we have? We have but then you'll say to yourself, okay, fine, so I'm ready to do it. It's really hard. It's really hard. It's a really hard process. It's a very, very hard process. To which Hashem says back to that, Anoichi. Anoichi is that Habala Tar Messiah. So that I'm here to help you. You're never on your own. Once you show the Ratzon, you want to be able to do it, Hashem says, I'll never let you falter. I'll never let you down. You're always going to be able to do it, because once you show the true and sincere desire to do the Ratzon Hashem, I'm going to give you Siyat D'Shmaya. And the final one is actually a very interesting one. The Vilna Gaon apparently knew used car salesman. And he said, and maybe you're thinking deep down to yourself, is it really the right thing? Maybe the other approach is really better. Maybe what the Yetzer Hara is showing me is really the right thing to do. It's actually very, nothing better than a yeshiva bach who was in his ears in Eretz Yisrael, was being fired up about Yiddishkeit. So I was learning in Night Seder tonight with a boy who's going back to Eretz Yisrael for Shana Bet. And he was he's so sincere and so pure. He says to me, how do people ever listen to the Yetzer Hara? It's he makes it look right. And like people like they feel like they're having a good time, but like it's sheker and they're not really doing the right thing. I'm like, that's not really kasha, like how they're doing the thing that seems to be right, but it's not the right thing. That's the way the Yitzhar works. His whole job is to make it look appealing when it's not. Obviously, there's fun, enjoyable things in life as well that are not from the Yitzhar, but just because it looks fun and exciting doesn't mean it's inherently the right thing. So says it on the Goin. Maybe you'll say, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not convinced that the Torah way is for sure the right way. Maybe some of these I want to do is the right thing to do. To which Hashem says back to us, you know what? You're not to tell the difference between something that is the right thing to do and something that is not the right thing to do, or what you should be suspicious of, what you shouldn't be suspicious of. If it's being forced upon you, then you can be wary, is it really the right thing? But if it's being placed in front of you as an option, and you test it yourself, you see for yourself, is this something you really want to do? Is it something you don't want to do? And you'll see. And as we say, Tamaru Kitayv Hashem, that you taste it and you'll see the beauty of it. So Hashem says, I didn't give it to you. It's not it's livnechem. I'm putting in front of you. The path is out in front of you. I promise you, if you taste it, you're going to see the truth. If you choose not to taste it, then unfortunately, you're not going to be able, so to speak, to get that acquired taste of the Torah. It says the Vilna Gaon, therefore, all 5 claims of the Yitzhara, the claim of it's too late, it's not too late, the claim of I have too much baggage, you don't have too much baggage, the claim of I don't know if it's the right thing, it's for sure the right thing, you'll see for yourself. The claim of it's just too hard anyway, Kodesh Baruch Hu says, don't worry about it, and the claim that no one else is doing, it doesn't make a difference, you just do the right thing and don't worry about everybody else. So obviously, when I think about this Vilna Gaon, no better introduction to the month of Elul of definitely of all times when we have the greatest opportunity to make significant strides in Avodas Hashem. That's one of the very clear things when it comes to Yom Noraim is that we're always supposed to stag, we're always supposed to grow, we're always supposed to be avoiding your readers in life. But that being said, we have extra levels of Siyat Dishmai, an ability to really grow at a faster pace and at a greater clip. And the Yitzhar of all times of the year obviously feels the desire to come in stronger to stop us. So if we're aware of his tactics and aware of his ability to try to stop us, we'll be able to answer back with these 5 claims, B'ezras Hashem. And if we're able to do that, we shall be zeichet to, I think we're already allowed to, maybe now or in a couple of days, say Ksiv Taiva B'ezras Hashem. A good Shiur for everybody.
Next week you say it.
Amen. Take it back. I wish it to anyway.
A great Elzman.